The Zimbabwe Republic Police urges members of the public to be extra cautious when joining housing schemes, as many have lost money through such schemes. Now, Crime Watch thought it prudent to engage the Real Estate Council of Zimbabwe for an elaboration on this issue.
We want to talk about issues to do with the housing development process. Some members of the public have lost funds on housing development projects which take long or never come to fruition, or because the developers could be lacking financial capacity to follow through the housing development process. So the starting point is the land acquisition and layout plan preparation. The assumption here being that one already owns the land and that the land is already incorporated within the boundaries of the local authority involved with that particular scheme. The next stage will be to the subdivision permit application to the local authority or to the relevant ministry. You will note that as far as subdivision permits are concerned, only the two major local authorities, Harare and Bulawayo, can handle the subdivision processes, whilst all other local authorities go through the Ministry of Local Government. So the subdivision permit will be looked at by the relevant local authority or the ministry, and it will be issued subject to certain conditions, the familiar ones being to do with provision of services such as roads, stormwater drains, water and sewer reticulation. Once that is done, then the surveyor comes in to identify the stand boundaries and the pegs before it is then submitted to the Surveyor General's office for approval. So at some stages you actually then find that what is finally approved is the layout plan involving the Surveyor General's office could actually be different with the subdivision plan is prepared, say, by the town planner. We then move on to design of services. So services need to be put in place. The stormwater drains that we were talking about, the water and sewer reticulation, the road network, and at times there will be things like off-site infrastructure, such as sewage treatment plants, which you may not find on the actual scheme, but they are located elsewhere. Then comes the servicing of the stands. Thereafter, it is when the developer has complied with all those conditions as spelled out in the development permit that one can now apply to the deeds office to be issued with title deeds. The public should be made aware of these kind of processes involved in bringing land to life to the stage where one can now move in and start building their structures. Estate agents are the trained professionals who are knowledgeable and trained to be able to provide this kind of service in terms of knowing a particular scheme as to whether at what stage it is in terms of meeting compliance requirements.